Welcome to Good Morning World, episode 21. If this is your first time attending a Good Morning World, essentially this is my video journal. I do this once a week. I talk about all the things that's happened to me in the last week, things I've thought about, things I'm dreaming about, things I've failed at, and I share it all with you on a weekly basis. Some of you right now are probably realizing that this is not a live stream, and yeah, that's not. To talk more about that, I was going to talk about it at length, but I realized that I've already said everything that I'm kind of feeling right now in episode 10 of Good Morning World. So if you go back, watch the first 5 minutes, and I'll link it up top here. It's a decision that I had to make. If you don't want to go back and watch that, if you want to save the 5 minutes, I do recommend doing that though. Essentially, I used to do these live up until last week. I've done these live just because I want that interaction with people. I thought there was some type of connection there where if I'm doing this live, people can be in the chat talking back to me. And that absolutely happened. Unfortunately, the chat, it wasn't a conversation. It wasn't what I had hoped for. I tend to have a younger audience on this channel and my other channel, which is totally fine. I really love being able to entertain as many people as I possibly can, no matter what age you are, whether you're 3 years old or whether you're 93 years old or 103 years old. Do I have anyone older than that? Leave it in the comments before I must have leave it in the chat. Well, that chat, I would go to look at it each week. I'd kind of try to feed off of that. Maybe I would be able to take the show in a different direction or maybe expand upon something I've talked about. And I've looked back at the chat and there's just nothing there. In fact, the last 3 or 4 weeks, I haven't even bothered looking at it while I'm doing the stream, but I'll go back and look later. And it just kind of confirmed to me that there's really no reason to do these live, especially considering the vast majority of people watch these videos after the fact, and I'd much rather do them in the quality that you're seeing right now. I'm actually experimenting with a new lens. This is my Canon 22mm lens, and it should look good. Hopefully it sounds good as well. I'm using my Rode VideoMic Pro. So the audio should be good, the video should be good, and it should be a better viewing experience for the vast majority of people that watch these videos. So let me know what you think about that. I guess the only thing that I'm wondering is if I'm actually recording sound right now. If I'm not, it's going to be a really depressing Good Morning World. But we're going to get into the topics for this week. I have a bit of a cold, so bear with me here. This isn't going to be an extremely long one if you have some other things to do today, but I want to talk about some things that happened this week. First of all, I've been recording video like crazy. I have so many things recorded. I have probably a week and a half of video that I've just been recording. I just need to find the time to edit. I spend so much time recording in this channel, and then I record on my Lego channel, and I'm editing videos for that. I'm trying to do daily stuff over there. I need more time. I need more time to edit. Maybe I should just quit sleeping. No, I'm not going to do that. In fact, yesterday, this is going to be out of order a little bit. Yesterday, we went out shopping, had a good time. Actually recorded an amazing video for you guys, which you probably won't see for like a week, but it's a good one. I think it's going to be a big hit. I came home yesterday. I took a 3-hour nap. It was glorious. I was kind of tired the whole day. Took a 3-hour nap. I got up for a bit, went back to bed, and I just slept for I want to say 8 or 9 hours. So I'm feeling great right now. I need to maintain this. I need to get on some type of sleep schedule. I just don't want to give up on the days. I stay up way too late, then I have to get up early with Clark Mann and stuff, and it just comes down to wanting as much time in the day as I can get. And I've talked about this before with balancing. It's something I struggle with and I'm still working on. So let's go on to the topics of this week. I actually have an outline here. I've been trying to do a good job at that. And with these being pre-recorded, what I'd love to do is be able to put little snippets of things that I'm talking about in here as they're happening. But the first thing that I want to talk about, I don't have any footage of because it's when bad things happen that you forget about filming and you're just trying to solve the problem. And this week, it's actually more funny than anything. I had an incident with the snowblower, snow thrower. In Pennsylvania, we call them snow blowers. It's the thing that you push along in the driveway and it throws the snow out. You got whatever you call them. I call them snow blowers. We had a bunch of snow. I think it was Sunday night, maybe Monday night. Days are just flowing together for me right now. And always. I'm using the snowblower out in the driveway so Cody can go to school. She had a 2 or 3 hour delay, so I had plenty of time. I'm out there doing my thing. Things are going great. The snowblower that I have, I actually have a video on it because I have videos on everything. It's a glorious machine. It was given to me for next to nothing, and it still works amazingly. That is until you're plowing your driveway and you suck up a deflated Roxy basketball. I'm running along and the thing just goes, and smoke's coming out of it and it stops. I'm like, what happened? This thing finally quit on life, and I look inside of it, and that's when I realized there's a basketball inside there. So I'm like, okay, what do you do in this situation? You try to pull it out. So I am trying to reef on this basketball. I have it flipped over. I'm reefing on it. I can't get it out. And it's wedged. If you don't know how a snowblower works, essentially these blades move like this. They're like blades like that. Look at this. This is a thumbnail right here. The blades move like that, and it takes the snow in, and then it pushes the snow out a chute. Well, that basketball was lodged right in the thing that takes it up the chute. That does not sound good. Anyway, I'm trying to get that out. I start using some tools. I ask Cody, I'm like, hey, do we have any really sharp knives? She gives me an old kitchen knife. So I'm like psycho in this basketball trying to get it out of there. I'm starting to rip it, pulling it. It's still wedged in there. I start using a pair of loppers that I have for tree branches. That didn't work. I'm doing everything I can. So I'm like, okay, maybe if this gets a little bit warmer, it'll work better, because, you know, it's like a leather material. And when you rip that out, it's like coming off in shreds. It was like the worst thing that I could suck up. So I wait later in the day. I just pretty much quit. Cody could get out. It wasn't a problem. I probably didn't even need to run the snowblower after I started looking at it, because it was heating up like crazy out there. In fact, I'm wearing like a t-shirt outside because it's so warm. The snow's melting. I come back later, like when Clark's down for a nap, same day, and I take Cody's blow dryer to it, thinking maybe I'll heat it up, because it was still kind of like cold and icy in there. It's in the garage, by the way. I'm heating it up. That still doesn't work. So I'm like, okay, what's the next thing I can do? Come up with the worst idea ever. Why don't I burn it out of there? Don't do this, guys. I ended up dousing it with a little bit of motor oil. Not a good idea. And then I took like a grill lighter or whatever, one of those long lighters, and I tried lighting that on fire, and it lit on fire a little bit, but it kind of smoldered out and burned out. So now I have like a burnt basketball inside this thing. And I realized that there's just nothing that I can do to get this out of here. And it's like, I'm going to have to get a new snowblower because of this stupid incident. But I just kept working at it. And this is a lesson to anybody that's watching this. Just keep working at it. I wanted to go into the mentality that I was like a prisoner trying to escape. What would you do to escape? You do everything, right? You would work at it forever. And eventually I kept ripping it with my hands, and I eventually got it out. And I was like, yes. Unfortunately, I realized that I was bleeding all over myself. And I'll show you my finger here. It's actually healed up quite a bit because this was earlier in this week. Let's test this lens out. Look at that focus. Sorry about the filth of my fingers. There's other stories about that. But this right here was really bad. I felt like something sticky on my hand, and it was because this was just bleeding all over. That's where I was trying to reach in there, and it was like on metal. My whole hand was like covered in blood. And then I got blood on my jacket, and there was blood on my tools and stuff. So yeah, that was a way to start the week. And I realized that I almost every single week have something terrible to share with you guys. Like something bad happened. I don't really consider that bad. It was more of a funny story than anything. I should have filmed it. I need to start wearing a GoPro on my chest or my head and just filming all this stuff, because you guys would have been cracking up at all the stuff I was trying. It was something. Anyway, let's talk about the rest of the week. This week in videos. I got a lot of stuff here. The snowblower incident we covered. We went sledding again. That sled video that I did, me and Clark, man, it's crazy on YouTube. And I was telling Cody about this morning. It's crazy when your best videos tend to be the ones that you don't plan out. Me and Clark, man, were out on the sled the one night. You guys probably also saw the video. It was uploaded Friday night, something like that. I just had my iPhone, turned my iPhone on. Clark's playing on the sled. He's crashing it. We're having a good time. We broke the sled. That was so much fun, and it turned into like this really huge video. Like the video is doing like really well, and it was like crazy. But before that video was even out, I already recorded our second snow trip where I tried to fix the sled and we went sledding again. It was a really great day. But the takeaway from that one, and I may have mentioned it in the video, I don't know if it'll make it in the final edit or not. It was like the middle of the day. It was a sunny day, and we're sledding, and I just really took a moment, and this is something that I'm going to try to do more in my life. I just took this moment to appreciate where I was at right there. Just this moment of appreciation, thinking back 2 years ago to the lowest point in my life when I was working at a job that I absolutely hated. Miserable. And now 2 years later, I'm out playing in the snow with my son on a business day. And be very honest, I'm actually making more money now than what I was making at my job. And that's an amazing thing, to be able to live a life that you imagined, and a life of fun, just through dedication, hard work, and perseverance. I mean, I don't say this to brag. In fact, I'm going to tell you, this was not easy to achieve where we're at right now. But to appreciate where you're at and take that moment, I think is really important. And I did that, and I just felt really great. Maybe it was the warm sun coming down upon me that helped with that, but I don't know. It was one of those moments, man, and I want to capture that as much as I can. I want those moments of appreciation, because if you lose that, like there was times when I would have dreamed for a day like that, and now I get to live it almost every single day, or every day. It's incredible, incredible. So that's what I want to talk about with the whole sledding thing. You'll see the video on that coming up one of these days. After that, next series of videos you'll be seeing in the future. This is like a preview of what's to come. We went over to Cody's mom's house to watch Nan because her mom had to run, I guess, a trip to the doctor, or errands, things like that. And I shot some really awesome video over there. There's some really funny stuff that happened. Oh, I can't wait to edit that. Oh, that's so much of my video making. I love to capture it, but I just can't wait to come home and edit it. And I'm so behind on it. I have like 3 memory cards full. In fact, this video here can't go over 22 minutes because it's all the space I have on a 64 gigabyte memory card. And this is my 3rd memory card I'm using right now. So I got a lot of stuff to go through. So that was great. I cannot wait to share that with you guys. The next day, man, we had a busy week. Next day, we went shopping at Walmart, which again turned into this awesome video of us shopping for, I'm not going to spoil it. We went shopping for toys, and it was such a good time. It was another one of those awesome moments. Did I take time to appreciate it? If I didn't, I'm doing it now. It was really great. We got a lot of stuff that we needed for the house, but Clark, man, was in search of something in particular, and he was able to find it. But I realized that I'm just like a kid in a toy store when it comes to that stuff. Like he's looking for stuff. I'm looking too. Like I love looking for toys and shopping for toys and enjoying that and spending that time with him. Even if I didn't have Clark, I would probably still like doing it anyway, but it gives me an excuse. So if you're ever thinking about having kids, have them just so you can keep doing the stuff that you love to do and have an excuse to do it. Like I like riding rides at the amusement parks. I got a kid now. I can do that. Like I can do all these things with the kid and have excuses to still be a kid because I don't want to grow up. I want to be a Toys R Us kid. R.I.P. R.I.P. Toys R Us. We're going to miss you. Not the high prices, but I do miss having a toy store. So yeah, that was fun. And Friday I ended up editing some videos. I ended up recording or editing like 20 minutes of video for this channel, 20 minutes of video for the other channel. So that was kind of like a lost day. I need to hire an editor, I guess. No, I can't do that because editing, I feel like if you don't edit your own videos, it's like you coming up with an idea for a painting, but then someone else paints it for you, right? You don't want that. You want to have a hand in the whole process, and that's where I'm at on that. So I love this creation, and this is something I was thinking about, taking us back all the way to the snow throwing or snow blowing incident. I had this idea or this concept come to me when I was out there, and I feel like this has happened before because it's actually in my notes right here from another episode. I feel like creating is the strongest good that you can do in the world. I think back to, think about 500 years ago. Who are the people that we remember? We remember the painters, the artists, the people that created, whether it was buildings or architecture, or paintings or whatever it is. You don't remember the rich people, right? You don't remember the people with lots of money, even though those people at the time felt like they were probably the most important and best people in the world. You don't remember the businessmen of the time. You remember Michelangelo. You remember Leonardo. You remember the architects. You remember those people. So in my opinion, the best good that you can do in this world is to create something, no matter what that is, whether you're creating a piece of art or just creating a better life for somebody or whatever it may be. That is the greatest good, and that's where I'm going to strive to be, and that's what I'm going to keep sharing with you here on this channel. Feels like we haven't been here that long, but we're now about 13, 14 minutes into this, so I'm going to wrap it up on this week. Let me know what you guys, if you have any thoughts on this whole thing, let me know when you can, because I guess maybe we'll wrap on this. I was going to send it out on a high note, but now we got to go back. I'm going to bring you guys back down with me. You remember last week I told you guys that YouTube deleted my comments, but I brought them back. I went and enabled each one individually, one by one by one by one by one. They did it again. They took away all my comments again. So all that work that I put in, all my comments are now gone again. Luckily, new videos I put up, you can comment, so you should be able to comment on this one. But I've pretty much given up hope on having comments. I'm not going to go through and spend the time and the hours to bring those back again, because for all I know, a week from now, YouTube will just take them away again. It's just not worth the time. So maybe if you're a person that likes watching family channels or kids channels or whatever it is, you're probably just going to have to get used to the fact that there's no comments on those videos. And that is a huge bummer. And it's something that I absolutely loved about YouTube that I feel like now is slipping away. But it's just the way it is. I'm going to keep making my content. Maybe I'll figure out another route for posting my videos somewhere and having that conversation. I don't know, but I'm not letting it get me down. I'm keeping it up, keep creating, keep doing what I'm doing, sharing these awesome videos with you guys, at least awesome in my opinion. Hopefully you feel the same way. And we're just going to keep going. So thank you so much for watching Good Morning World 21. Had to check my numbers here. Hopefully you like the new quality here, and we'll just keep going on. So thanks for watching. And remember, it's not just Greg's world, it's our world.